All right, looks like we are live. Let me start Facebook too. Why not? I'm recording this also on Facebook Live. Hopefully, let's see if it works. All right. All right, welcome. This is our Facebook Live webinar, and I'm going to switch over to the slides so that we can get started right away. I'll share my screen. Find the right screen here. And just like that, we are sharing our screen. So we're doing this both on Facebook Live and via webinar in Google Hangouts and GoToWebinar. Hi, Molly. Steel City Steve from Yorkshire, England, across the pond. Thank you so much for being here. Great to have you. It looks like it's the top of the hour, so we are going to dive right in. Now, as an experiment, I am doing this both on Webinar Jam, my usual webinar platform, and because it's a Facebook Live webinar, I'm also doing it on Facebook Live. So we'll see how that works, how it holds up. And let me go over to my Facebook channel here just to see if it is indeed working. We'll refresh this and we'll jump right in. Hey, Bob. Nancy's here. Bill's here. Awesome. So glad to have you here. And it is working on Facebook as well. So that's going to be interesting. I don't want to get too distracted because I have a lot of gadgets and a lot of things going on here. But we'll see how it goes. Awesome. We've got a lot of people here, which is fantastic. Thank you for being here. We will make the most of your time. We will try and make this as quick and streamlined as possible. And we want to give you all the opportunity to learn and do Facebook Live. It's probably one of the biggest things to happen to video and Facebook in a long time because it makes doing video very simple. Once you have the app and once you can do it, you should be all set. Let me just close this and we'll dive right in. So again, thank you for being here. I'm Lou Bortone. I do video marketing. My background is in television and radio marketing and promotion. I was the national promotion manager at E! Entertainment Television in LA. I was the senior VP of marketing for Fox and Fox Family. I spent more than 20 years in the television industry and have the gray hairs to prove it. And I've been on YouTube since 2005, just a couple months after they started. Oh, hi, Kara. Cool. We see lots of friends and family and folks that we've known for a while here. Brian, Nancy, Kara, Masha. Awesome. Thank you for being here. So here's what we're going to do. Today's webinar is brought to you by the Green Room, which is part of my video league. And the reason I mention that is that typically these webinars that I do, some of them are called Tame Your Tech, some of them are called Lose Labs. But in any case, these webinars that I do are typically a perk and a benefit of being part of Green Room. This one we decided to open up to anyone and everyone because we really wanted to share the Facebook Live stuff and, quite frankly, promote Green Room. So the Video Green Room is part of Video Marketing League, and I'll get into it later, but it includes office hours with me, video 911 calls. We've got a Slack forum. We do meetings and masterminding via zoom.us and all kinds of stuff like that. Hey, Jeff and Eileen. Amy, yes, hopefully there will be a replay. We're recording it both on Facebook Live and on Webinar Jam. So hopefully one or both of those will work. So what we do in the Green Room and in Video Marketing League is we do theme months. And June is live streaming month. So all of the webinars and Q&As and things that we do this month revolve around live video streaming. So it seemed like the perfect time to do Facebook Live. So let's get into it. And why would you want to use this lovely little app to begin with? Well, Facebook really favors video, especially these days. So if you do Facebook Live, your video content will get shown more in the news feed. You'll just get more prominence and more play. Facebook has a whopping 1.39 billion users, so you can tap into that enormous existing audience. It's also very flexible and familiar to most people. The great thing about Facebook is so many people already have it. So if you've never done video before, but you have Facebook, now you have a way to do video. You can use your phone, you can use your tablet, you can use your desktop. Thank you, Ellen and Maisie. Good to have you here. Just had to take a quick drink. So basically what I'm doing here is I'm shooting my Webinar Jam screen with Facebook Live. So hopefully it's all working the way it's supposed to be. But I figured if we're going to do a Facebook Live webinar, we should Facebook Live the webinar. Okay, so also the great thing about Facebook Live is it's recorded and saved to your timeline, so it lives on after the broadcast. And the greatest thing of all about Facebook Live, I can sum up in 3 words: Chewbacca Mask Lady. Now, this woman who decided to do a quick little Facebook Live video in her car got like a gazillion views. I don't know how many exactly, but it was a lot. It broke all kinds of records on Facebook. And the reason, I believe, why this Facebook Chewbacca lady went viral is because it was just real. It was in the moment. It was authentic. She didn't worry about makeup or lighting or setting. She got in her car. She was so enthusiastic and excited about this Chewbacca mask that she just had to tell the world. And the world saw it and reacted. And again, I think it's you can't really plan videos like that. She was probably as surprised as anyone. She's since been on all kinds of talk shows, and today I saw something that said she's received almost $500,000 worth of gifts and bonuses. And God bless her, because she put on the mask. She was laughing. She had this funny, contagious laugh. And again, it was just, you know, lightning in a bottle. She was real. She was authentic. She was funny. And she was shareable. That's the great thing about Facebook Live. It's so easy to share. And this could have been any one of us, and maybe next time it will be. So that really is kind of the, the best part about Facebook Live, and really probably the best example thus far of how powerful it is and how great it can work. And she wasn't trying to sell a webinar or coaching or anything like that. She just wanted to say, hey, look at this cool thing I just bought. Isn't it hilarious? And that's it. It went from there. So Facebook is great to share live moments. You know, you can really capture a moment because you can do it from your phone or a tablet. I did one. I was at lunch with my friends Sue and Holly on Saturday, and I just fired up the iPhone and had a little interaction, and we said hello from the mac and cheese restaurant where we were eating, and Holly had her baby with her. It was live. It was real. It was not produced. Again, these are meant to be very in the moment, and you also get the instant gratification and the instant interaction. So we had, I think, on this screenshot, 112 views. That's not too shabby. Now it's up a little over 150. And this was nothing, not planned. 1 minute, quick hello, just a quick little howdy from the restaurant. So again, nothing fancy there. It's just how easy it is to do it and how instantly you can get going. So Facebook Live is awesome for sharing live moments. So hopefully you want to do Facebook Live, and we're going to show you exactly how, if you have not figured it out yet. And if you have, we're going to show you some new tips and tricks and best practices. All right, so far we're pretty good. Hi, Arena. Awesome to have you here. We have some people watching on Facebook, which is cool, and we have some people watching via the webinar on Webinar Jam. So we're trying to push the limits of technology here. Anyway, to start a Facebook Live broadcast or webcast from your phone, iPhone or Android, it really is just like posting a regular status update. So here's a screenshot of my friend Carrie Wilkerson, Barefoot Executive. And you can see if you go to the status bar on the top left of your phone, you'll get some options either for posting text or photos or video. By the way, it doesn't really matter which way you hold the phone. It's going to be a square either way on Facebook, so don't worry about horizontal, vertical, whatever. And before you start your Facebook Live broadcast, make sure that you've got enough battery power, because it will drain your phone battery. So don't start a Facebook Live broadcast if you're down at like 6%. Before you start, oops, let me just go over here. You want to promote your broadcast, which I've been doing. You can actually promote your Facebook Live with a Facebook Live. You want to check and make sure that you have Wi-Fi, because obviously Facebook Live is very dependent on your connection. You may also want to mute your phone or even put it on airplane mode if you have an iPhone, so that it doesn't ring or buzz or bing during the Facebook Live. And again, check your battery power and you're good to go. Eileen, to see what I'm doing right now, you can go to my Facebook page, facebook.com/Lou Bortone, I think it is. And again, you can also watch right here from the webcast on Webinar Jam and on Google Hangouts, what we're doing right now. All right, so start at that status button. Again, once you click status on your phone, like you're going to do a status update, you can either do text, photo, video, a check-in, you can tag friends. But what you're going to do is you're going to look for the live video. And the live video icon is that little red guy with 2 circles around him, which we'll get very familiar with. Oh, Terry has a good point. Would airplane mode turn off Wi-Fi? I guess you're right. I think you'd probably want to use Do Not Disturb then in that case. Thank you for pointing that out. So again, when you do your status, when you start with Facebook Live, you go to do a status, an update status. You click on live video. Don't forget to check your privacy settings. This is a great way to do practice Facebook Live broadcasts. So in this case, right below my name, the privacy setting is only me. So if I did a Facebook Live, it would only go on my page and I'd be the only one to see it. So in that case, it's a good way to do practice. In most cases, you're going to want to make them public, but you can check the privacy settings and deliver your Facebook Live message to whatever group or groups you want using that. So again, it may look slightly different on your phone. I have heard some Android people say they don't have it yet. I was pretty confident that they'd rolled it out to everyone. But on the iPhone, when I go to do a status update, I get the live video option and I click live video, the little red guy with the red stuff around his head. And once I do that, I go on screen. So you hit live, go live, you'll see yourself on the camera. Don't panic, you're not actually on the air yet. But that's the first step when you click video on your status. Also, keep an eye on the switch on the upper left. I'm going to switch it on my iPhone right now so the people on Facebook can see what I'm talking about. There's my background. There's my foreground. That switch will switch the camera around from front camera or back camera. In most cases, if you're doing Facebook Live, you want folks to see you. And so you've got the front-facing camera. And also, it's going to say, tell you, capture and share the moment as it's happening. After you're finished, your video will stay on your timeline. So all you do at that point is tap the blue continue button. So I've done a status update, you've clicked video, and you've clicked the blue continue button. Now, Facebook Live is going to ask you for a title where it says describe your live video. So you want to create a compelling title. Don't overlook the importance of adding a really interesting or compelling description here, just so that folks understand what's happening. You're going to describe your video. Again, choose whether you want front-facing or back-facing camera. Type in the description, make it intriguing, fun, or provocative. And when you hit the big blue Go Live button, you are live. So that's it. You're now live. Once you've hit the Go Live button, you're on Facebook Live. I would suggest you hold the camera steady or use a tripod if possible. I bought a tripod that Jeff Herring recommended. Thank you, Jeff, and Mike Stewart. They have an awesome Facebook Live and video streaming course. Also, so once you're live, what you're going to see is you're going to see the little red button on the upper left side of your screen where I've got the arrow pointing, and it's going to tell you that you're live and how long you've been on. It's also going to give you the number of viewers that you have, and below your broadcast, you'll see viewer comments. So right now I can see Gail Cat saying, do you need to do anything to enable Facebook Live? No, you should just have it on your phone. And Marcus is on there. They're making comments, so that's awesome. I can see their comments as they come in. I can adjust my camera a little bit. And you are off and running. So you're live. There's not really, I mean, you can stay on for 30 seconds or 30 minutes. I'm not sure how long. I think, maybe Jeff knows. I think that you have like something like a 6-hour limit. I'll have to double check. So now you're live. The red button indicates that you're live. It'll say live up the top. This is a screenshot of some dude at the South Pole. He's got 4.5 thousand, 4,500 viewers at this case. You can see that people are commenting. People can also comment using the emojis and give you thumbs up. And the button at the top will show you how many viewers you have at that moment. So on my Facebook view stream, it says we've got 5 live viewers. And on the webinar, we have another, wow, cool, 70. So that's awesome. So lots of people watching via the webinar, which is totally fine. We're just also kind of doing this on my Facebook personal profile page as an experiment and as a bit of a backup. All right, back to the slides, and I will, Leah says 90 minutes. Jeff says Facebook started with 60 minutes and now it's 90. I think I was thinking of zoom.us. So 90 minutes you can go. So you could actually do webinars on Facebook like this, as long as they're not more than 90 minutes. During your broadcast, you want to acknowledge your viewers. You want to answer questions. You can see questions may come in, comments may come in. Captain Lou Edwards has just joined. Awesome. Glad to have you here. Hello. Ahoy, matey. You can ask your viewers to subscribe so they can see future Facebook Lives. And if you are thinking strategically, you'll also want to have a call to action before you sign off. So again, we're not using this as a heavy-duty sales tool, but you should have some kind of call to action, even if it's just be sure to follow me on Facebook and visit my website, that kind of thing. Once you're actually done with the broadcast, you will click the red finish button in the lower right-hand side. Now, I'm not going to do that yet, but that's what you do. And once you do that, you'll see that you can save the video to your camera roll, which I would recommend that you do, or you can upload a higher quality video, in this case 10 megs. So you can do either of those things. You can save a better quality video. Once I'm done here, it says that my video went live for 40 seconds. The replay of the live video has been posted. So that's really all it takes to do it from a phone. The other nice thing is that the replay will remain in your timeline so that you can reshare it and give it more exposure. So you'll see that there's, you know, the usual share button below that. You can share it to your groups. You can share it to other pages, things like that. And again, you can continue to respond to comments even after the live broadcast, because comments can come in after it's live. So the other day when me and Holly and Sue were at the mac and cheese restaurant, we only had a few viewers live, but we were getting a lot of comments hours after it had aired, and we could go back and respond to those comments. So the replay will remain in your timeline. Folks can continue to watch it, can continue to comment, which I think is a big benefit over Snapchat, for example, which kind of disappears. And Periscope, I think Periscope is going through some changes, but right now they disappear within 24 hours. So the great thing about Facebook is it stays around and you can continue to get mileage out of it. After you're done with your Facebook Live broadcast, you can share it to your other Facebook pages or groups. Like I said, you can continue to respond to comments. You can upload the video to YouTube or your blog, which is kind of cool. And if you want, if you're feeling really ambitious, you can edit your video. I'm going to stop and take a quick drink and see if there are any questions. Amy says, how do you expand your reach? She finds that Facebook restricts who sees her posts. You can take your video and put it on your YouTube channel. You can put it on your blog. My friend Hanny Mora has some new software. I think it's called Simple Social Press that will automatically send it to your blog, which is kind of cool. So every time I do a Facebook Live, it automatically goes to my website blog, thanks to Hanny and his software called Simple Social Press. I guess you could boost your posts on Facebook, as Bob says. And let's see what else. Oh, great. Donna found it. Nancy wants to know, where is the Facebook app? You look for the little red icon that looks like a guy with a couple of circles around his head. When you go to your status update on your phone, you should have it. Pretty much everybody has it at this point, so hopefully you'll be able to find it. Same on the iPad, and I'm going to show you that right now, Diane. It can be put on a business page, Maya, yes. And Donna wants to know how I'm doing this both on Facebook and the webcast. I have my iPhone mounted, and it's shooting the screen of my webcast. So I'm just basically doing kind of a picture-in-picture thing because I wanted to try and do it live on Facebook at the same time as I was doing the recorded webinar. So what are some uses for Facebook Live? Well, you can share quick tips or answer viewer questions. You can really pop on anytime you want and just say, hey, I'm live, I'm answering questions. If anybody has any questions about video marketing, you can take your audience behind the scenes. The other day I did a very short Facebook Live because somebody was asking about my lights and my green screen. So I just carried my phone around and did a quick little shot. That way, you can host interviews or share live moments at events or activities. Maybe I'll do a Facebook Live for my kids' graduation ceremony this Friday afternoon. You can broadcast live events if you're at a conference. There's an ant on my iPhone. All right. So that's why the iPhone's shaking and the screen's shaking. So if you're at an event or a seminar or a conference, you can go live right from there. And you can also preview and promote your other content like videos or blog posts. You could even do a Facebook Live to remind folks that you've got a new blog post or a new article or a new video up. So that's it. Wow, lots of questions coming in. So hang in there, guys. I'll get to these questions as soon as I can. In the meantime, I just want to get through this part of the presentation. Stephen says, so why am I not doing this webinar on Facebook Live? I am doing it on Facebook Live. It's on my personal page right now. So I'm on both Facebook Live and Webinar Jam, because typically when I do these Webinar Jam webinars, they're usually for my green room members. This one I just opened up to a general audience so we could share it more widely. So basically, somebody was just asking about the iPad, and it is really the same process for the iPad. I just tested this last night and took some screenshots. Go to Facebook. I started at my Facebook personal profile page, and when I go to the right post section, it brings up the option again to click the live icon, which is the little circular icon with the person inside of it. So just look for the live icon and click it to begin, essentially the same as you would do on your desktop or iPad or iPhone. Eileen wants to know if we'd recommend for personal page or business page. Again, it depends on what you're doing. I use my personal page because that's where I have the largest number of viewers. And I do personal page because oftentimes I'm just sharing goofy stuff, like I'm at a baseball game or kids' graduation or something like that. If I was going to do a Q&A or a strictly business thing, I probably would do it from my business page. So you can do it that way, or you can do it, finish it, and share it to one page or the other. All right, cool. So via the iPad, again, same scenario. It's going to ask you to dun, 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 dun. All right, sorry guys, I lost my internet connection for a second. We're going to pop back in here, share my screen, and pray that everything comes back the way it's supposed to. All right, so I think we're back here, and we were talking about doing this on the iPad. It's essentially the same process. So you're going to want to decide which camera you want to use, the front or rear facing camera. You're going to describe your video, give your video a title, and you're going to check your privacy settings to decide, are you showing this to the public like I am here, or you're restricting it to smaller groups. I lost my chat function here in Hangouts, so hang on, and I'll try and get back to your questions as soon as I can. All right, so apologize for that, but you know, we are pushing the limits of technology here. So again, same thing, you'll see the big blue Go Live button, and just as you would on an iPhone, you click the Go Live button, and you are good to go. And there's Goofy Lou on live on the iPad. Same thing. The red icon on the upper left will indicate that you are broadcasting live and will tell you how many viewers you have. Comments will appear below. And when you're done, you click the big old red button to finish. Marcus is on Facebook Live. He says everything's still looking good. Awesome. Let me see if I can get my Webinar Jam comments back. There we go. Awesome. We've got a ton of people here, so thank you for that. And I think we might even have the chat back. All right, cool. Forging ahead here. Now, let's talk about some next level stuff. So that's the basic starting and broadcasting from Facebook Live on your iPhone, iPad, or desktop. I did see a few comments where people said that they didn't have the icon or they couldn't find it yet. And I would encourage you to look on your Facebook business page or on your desktop itself. As far as I know, it's been rolled out to pretty much everyone. I could be wrong. But in any case, let's talk a little bit about some next level stuff. Awesome. Do you have to add an app on Facebook to get Facebook Live? No, it should just appear as an option when you go to update your status. So I'll come back to some questions in a moment, but let me go through this, some of this next level stuff. We're going to talk a little bit about the analytics and video performance. We're going to show you the awesome secret weapon called OBS. And no, it's not anything about bowel syndrome. It's Open Broadcaster Software. And we'll show you the Facebook Live map. Ute says, when I checked private, I still saw the test video on my Facebook. Could anyone else see it? No, if you checked private, you'd be the only one that would see it. So it's a good way to do practice Facebook Lives. Now, if you go to your business page and you've done a video there on your business page of Facebook Live, you can check the analytics afterwards, which is pretty cool because it'll tell you things like how many people you reached, how many people viewed the video, how many reactions you got. And as someone pointed out earlier, you could boost the post on your business page. I have not tried that yet. I'm really just sort of doing very quick little videos. Here I just did something about creating YouTube channel art, so it was a pretty short video. But I could see that I got some likes and some comments and 32 post clicks and stuff like that. If you dig deeper into this, the video performance analytics, you'll see the amount of viewers you had live. You'll see which ones had the sound on and which ones had the sound off, which probably means they just scrolled by. I think Facebook calls 3 seconds a view, so they're being pretty generous with the views. All right, so Nancy says, I just got Facebook Live on my cell phone. Is it possible to join you live on your current webinar? If so, how? You have to go to my Facebook account at facebook.com/Lou Bortone and go to my personal Facebook profile page where I am broadcasting live right now, both on the webinar and on the Facebook page. A few more stats for you. Again, if you go in and look at your stats from your business page, it'll tell you the video performance on this post. 6 viewers, 82 unique viewers, 95 video views, average completion rate, all kinds of cool stuff like that. So if you're into analytics, if you want to see the kind of results that you're getting, Facebook will give you all of those analytics so you can work to improve or change things next time around. All right, here is the big finale and the big cool, I don't know if it's a secret, but it's certainly a great way. If you want to do more with Facebook Live, like share your screen, add effects, do multiple cameras, you can do that with free and open source software called Open Broadcaster Software. You can find that at obsproject.com. Like I said, it's not EBS, not IBS, that's irritable bowel syndrome. OBS, Open Broadcaster Software. And OBS essentially gives you studio features for Facebook. So there's a screenshot of it on the left. It's free to download for Windows or Mac. It's called Open Broadcast Software, and you can find it at obsproject.com. It allows you to do multiple cameras if you really want to get crazy fancy. It allows you to share your screen, and it allows you to add text and effects. So it's really almost like having a live TV studio on your desktop. I don't believe you can do this stuff from your phone, but you can do it from your desktop. So if you're doing a Facebook Live from your desktop, it really gives you a lot of flexibility and some pretty cool effects. So to set up the Open Broadcaster software, you have to go to your Facebook business page and then look for publishing tools. And then on the left, you'll see where it says videos. So this is something that fortunately you only have to do once because it's a little convoluted and a tad complicated, but it's set it and forget it once you do it. So you go to publishing tools at the top, go to videos on the left, and then you'll see it'll give you the video title, video tags, and more importantly, a stream key. Now I've blocked some of mine out, but you can see that's where the stream key is, and you're going to copy where it says stream key. I know this is going kind of fast and it's a little complicated, but you can always watch the replay or pause or rewind or anything once the video is done. But you're going to want to get your stream key from Facebook, because when you go to set up your Open Broadcaster software, you're going to need that stream key. So here you will copy your stream key. It's the very bottom. Don't worry about server URL or any of that other stuff. Just copy your stream key so that you can paste it into OBS later on. Now you go to your OBS setup, and you'll see all kinds of cool, groovy, intimidating looking stuff. But you're going to go over to the lower right-hand side where it says Settings. So you've downloaded this software, you've got your stream key from Facebook, and then you go to Settings. Once you go to Settings, you go down to where it says Stream, right below the General Settings. You go to Stream, and you'll see an empty box that says Stream Key. That is where you insert the stream key from Facebook. Click OK, and you are all set. You don't have to go back into that scary looking place again. Then, once you've connected it to Facebook, you will have the ability to use the Open Broadcaster software on Facebook. So it's really meant to be used on Facebook business pages for the desktop. Again, download and install the free OBS software. It only works for Facebook pages, not personal profiles. So basically, I'm going to broadcast this from OBS to my Facebook page, business page. Yes, Stephen, OBS only works on Facebook business accounts as of now. So here's OBS, here's the Open Broadcaster software. It looks a lot more complicated than it is, but essentially it's made up of the screen, which you can see front and center. I've added a logo and a click for audio text. On the lower left-hand side, you've got scenes. That's where you set up scenes, like your webcam would be one scene, your screen share might be another one, and then sources to the right of that. And that's where the actual images come from. Obviously, it's source. So to add a source, you click the little plus button, and the first source is usually going to be your webcam. You could also use a source like a screen, which is how you share your screen. You could do a source that's a graphic. So it takes a little bit of experimentation, a little bit of playing with this OBS software. But essentially, when you set up your scenes and sources, you can then switch screens and share screens and add text and all kinds of cool stuff like that. So essentially what you're going to see, if you go to studio mode of your OBS dashboard, you'll see the preview screen on the left. In this case, I've got my screen share scene. And on the right, I've got my webcam or on-camera screen. So the left is preview, the right is what people are actually seeing. And you can use the transition in the middle to switch back and forth. So I can share my screen, I can go back on camera, I can share my screen again. So that's really the magic of the OBS software, is that it allows you to share screens and to add graphics. So you can use it to create a more professional webcast. If you use studio mode, you'll notice that there's two screens, a preview screen and a live screen. Preview's on the left, live is on the right. You can switch between the two modes. You can switch back and forth between scenes. So on the preview scene on the left, I've got a logo that I inserted as another source element here. Really not as difficult as it looks. It just takes a little practice. So the best part of OBS, I believe, is that you can share your screen. So it would allow you to even do things like webcasts from your OBS software within Facebook Live. So that's kind of cool. You can add a scene that is a screen, and you can share that as one of your shots when you switch back and forth. So what you're seeing on your Open Broadcaster software looks like this. You've got all the controls, you've got the logos, you've got, you know, the scenes and sources below. that you can control from your dashboard. What the viewer is seeing on their side is a lovely little professional video on Facebook that just happens to have my logo, which I added in OBS, and text that says click for audio when I added it to OBS, because as you know, Facebook videos only play the video part until somebody clicks on the audio or clicks on the video. In this case, 372 people were reached. So I was using my OBS to add some elements to this Facebook broadcast. I know it is a little bit complicated, but again, happy to show you again or show you offline. Will Facebook Live work on my Mac laptop? Yes, Bruce, I'm using it right now on a Mac laptop where I'm doing a backup recording on a MacBook Pro, and it's working like a charm. We're still doing our Facebook Live from our iPhone here. It's live, and it'll also be recorded. I'm just basically shooting my screen that I'm doing within Webinar Jam. All right, so if you're still with me, we'll go through one more thing here. If you don't mind, there's another thing that's kind of cool called Facebook Live Map. And the Facebook Live Map lets you see who is doing Facebook Live from around the world. And the more you zoom in, the more blue dots you will see. And you can click on any of those blue dots. It's kind of like, you know, Facebook roulette. You never know exactly what you're going to get, but you could click on and say, hey, I wonder what's going on in Portugal or London or Rome or Boston. And it's just a fun way to discover new Facebook Lives. It says here, the map displays people sharing to a public audience. Your location is not visible to anyone. So you could stay secret or not. Thanks, Carol. I think Carol posted the link to my Facebook personal page. It is like Periscope in many respects, but Periscope, webcasts or scopes disappear after 24 hours, where Facebook Live lives on, which is kind of cool. All right, so that's the quick and down and dirty on Facebook Live. We do these webinars all the time. I do probably one a week within Video Green Room. So if you're interested and you want to get more webinars and tutorials like this, and if you want to get access to me and like-minded business owners where we do mastermind meetings, Q&A calls, tech support, you can go to loubortone.com/green room. Yes, this is a promo, folks. This is the plug section of the webinar, so feel free to hang around just for a moment. Yes, Richard, you own the recording. You can download it, upload it to other places. I send my Facebook recordings to my blog page. So if you go to loubortone.com/blog, you'll see in a few minutes when this is over, you'll see this webinar and this Facebook Live webcast. You don't need to download OBS. Oh, I'm sorry, Raymond. OBS software is not natively part of Facebook Live. You do have to download it separately. So again, loubortone.com/green room. We do these presentations very often. We provide ongoing video support, tools, resources. You can pay by the month. It's $97 a month, but right now it's $50 a month. So we've got a big special going on. You can pay quarterly, you can pay annual. There's no contract. It's month to month. You can cancel anytime. I like to call it video marketing support when you need it. We have open office hours and masterminding, which is really cool. So we go on and we do a Zoom.us private meeting with just the members, and we help each other out, share ideas, tackle challenges, etc. So that's loubortone.com/green room. We also have monthly themes. As I mentioned, this month, June, is live video. Next month, our theme and our webinars will be mostly about video scripting. In August, we do video shortcuts. September, we do video editing. YouTube in the fall, mobile video, off-camera video. So just an ongoing series Molly says, who manages the subscribers in the green room? I do all that myself. So the green room is both a private Facebook group, which is Video Marketing League. I kind of use the two terms interchangeably. But there's also going to be a Slack group, which is private for the green room folks. So again, we do office hours on zoom.us. That's not my office hours on the left. I picked up the wrong screenshot, but that's another group that I'm part of. You can see me there on the upper left. So that's zoom.us. That's how we do the mastermind meetings every month, open office hours, because we can all participate. You can be on camera. You don't have to be on camera. We've often got our Slack group for tech support. We do shut up and shoot video accountability days. And again, now it's down to $50 a month for access to me, all the webinars, all the goodies, all the Zoom meetings, all the Slack support, etc. So I would encourage you, if you're interested, and if you want to see lots more stuff like this, to sign up now and go to lebortone.com/greenroom for your 50% off special. I'm going to answer some questions now and leave this up for a second if you need to find it. It's got all the different items and that you can just decide to pay monthly, quarterly, or annually. Thank you, Nancy. She says, great niche, great stuff, helpful stuff, masterminds. Molly, yes, I do all the billing. I do all that stuff. Actually, I have a virtual assistant, Luana, who helps me with it. Let's see. All those Facebook Live videos that have been published, are those just live at the current time? Rhonda wants to know on that Facebook Live map, those are the ones that are just live at that moment. So that map is constantly changing. Again, hope that you've been able to see this both on the webinar and if you prefer on Facebook Live. I did record this. I'm recording my screen with Facebook Live here. Just going to go through this questions here to see if there's anything else. Do you have to add an app to get Facebook? No, you should just have the Facebook Live app on your phone, desktop, or tablet. And again, regardless of whether you use your phone or your desktop, it's essentially the same process and the same icon. So you should be able to find that. Again, I do these webinars pretty much every week, not always on Facebook Live. We have different themes, different topics, as you can see here, everything from video scripting to deep dives on YouTube to doing off-camera videos to speaking on video. So it's kind of a rolling continuity program, and you can jump in whenever you want, jump out whenever you want, or you can pay all at once and get in on our office hours where we tackle subjects and answer questions, tackle tech challenges you may be having. And that's it. lebortone.com/greenroom, the proud sponsor of this Facebook Live webinar. Stephen wants to know what software I run office hours on. I'm not exactly sure what that means, office hours. Oh, it's zoom.us. Now I know what you mean. Yep, zoom.us, because within zoom.us, we can be on camera. You don't have to be on camera. As you can see, some people are only on audio. You've got a chat. You can mute and unmute to see folks and talk to folks and answer questions. So I might have a question and somebody else may have an answer, or the moderator may have an answer. That's zoom.us. And we have a private Zoom room for our mastermind meetings. We also have a private Slack group, which is where you can go anytime and upload videos to get reviewed. Thanks, Sharon. All right. Nancy says, when does the Facebook Live video become not live? As soon as it's done, it will process and then be a recording. So once it's not live, once you click the red finish button, it's done, and it will process and become a recording and remain on the Facebook timeline. Okay, guys, I think I'm going to wrap it up. If you have any other questions, let me know in the chat or on Facebook. Thanks, Marcus. Nancy says the computer is about 15 seconds delayed. Well, we're pushing the limits of technology here, showing our screen on Facebook Live, doing the Facebook Live via Google Hangouts. If I wanted to go really crazy, I would have tried to do a blab at the same time, but we don't want to go that crazy. So if you're interested and you want to find out and you want to get help from me and access to me and the entire video gang, visit bortone.com/greenroom. And if not, I will catch you at another time. It says to use OBS, it says not for creating videos from your computer's webcam. I'm not sure, Carol. I do use my webcam, and I have used my webcam, so I don't know why it would say that, but we'll dig into it a little bit and try and find out. So this will be, the recording will be available to you if you want to pause or see a certain section again. That online broadcaster software is a little tricky to set up, but once it's set up, you're in good shape, and you can watch the replay, or you can watch the replay either on Facebook Live or via the webinar. So that's it. We'll glad you were here. We'll catch up with you guys soon. Is Facebook Live only on the phone? I have it on my phone. I have it on my desktop. I have it on my iPad. It may depend on whether or not it's come out on your device. But Facebook Live should be and is mostly available on tablet, phone, and desktop. So that's it from here. Have a great rest of the week. We will catch up with you soon. And thanks again for joining us. Appreciate it. Bye for now.